Kia ora, good evening. So, my tripod and cards arrived, so I've just got my cards cleansing on my altar, and I'll show you how I used to do readings once I get the deck ready. But I wanted to. A couple of things have happened. Firstly, um, people are absolutely shitting all over Elon Musk. AI's crashing and burning. It's my mango dream. It's everything I dreamt in my mango dream. People are getting angrier and angrier and angrier at the whole Epstein thing, and it's come out that the British police and the FBI, blah blah blah, have been covering up, gaslighting, deleting evidence from people like me who were whistleblowing on Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak and that for their connections to child grooming. Like, it's actually come out that the police and the FBI have been gaslighting people, intimidating victims, deleting evidence, which is exactly what they did to me. So it proves that everything that I said that they were doing to me is true, because other people have started coming forward, and information has come out that's exactly what they were doing. So I was right. So that's going to work in my favour with my court case, isn't it? So the other thing is, it's getting really hard for me because it's a lot to take on board what I'm witnessing. Like, on the one hand, it's clearing my name, it's validating everything I said, but on the other hand, it's bringing up things from the past that were part of my fight, part of my battle, that other people are now only just starting to see, that my boys and I have had to live with for a long time. These videos that are coming out, my cleansing poem, on the streets they will gather, grow larger in number, as they flick through the pages. What was it about? Innocence wept. About the lies they all kept. About the sins of Baphomet, blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching people, because I said to Donald Trump, you need to watch your step, because I'm going to give God the order to start dropping snippets of videos and photos. This was last year. I'll put a link in the description box, but I said to Donald Trump, if you keep going the way you're going, I'm going to tell Father to start dropping videos and snippets of videos. And I said to the public, when I give Father the command to drop the snippets of videos, I need to warn you to brace yourself, because some of the stuff that you're seeing is not going to be pleasant. But this has to be done, because you need to see the truth of who our prime ministers and presidents and chancellors and that really are, and what they've been doing, and what the hell I've been fighting all these years to speak up for and defend. All the people that have tried to, this is why I'm getting upset, because you all turned your back on me and believed my husband, my ex-husband, my students, everyone. You believed everyone. You ignored it. You thought I was talking shit. You thought I was crazy. When I spent all of these years telling you what was going on with presidents and prime ministers and celebrities and that, and I was met with silence and abuse and ridicule and loss after loss after loss. I took hit after hit after hit after hit, and I never lied once. I never backed down once, because I knew what I was fighting for. Those kids in those videos. So when I told Father last year to drop those snippets, and I told the world to prepare for what they were about to see, they probably thought I was joking, making it up, or still crazy. And now I'm sitting back and watching videos of the outrage and pure anger building on social media from people watching the snippets of videos I told Father to drop, of kids being tortured, of kids being drowned, of kids being sexually abused, of kids being beaten, of animals being beaten. And now it's getting so bad that there are massive calls now for the death penalty, which is exactly what I said was going to happen. I predicted in 2018, I think it was, the mass executions of Hollywood elites, Hollywood celebrities and the elites. I predicted the executions of members, royal households, and I said it was all coming. So now the videos and snippets have started dropping, and it's not just children, it's animals as well. Because, it's the pure and innocent. And the one thing I hate more than anything in the world are people who abuse children and animals. It brings out a rage in me with... I have to make sure I stay calm, because I don't want to electrocute myself like I did the other day when I charged up to zap Elon Musk. But you all have to understand what you've been seeing over the last couple of weeks since the unredacted files and all of that. I've had to live with that. That's what I've been living with, burned into my brain since 2016, which is why I have fought tooth and nail to fight every bastard that has tried to get in my way to stop me from building the school that's going to be rescuing them. These kids, there's a couple of things you need to understand. Some of these kids were born to be sacrificed. They impregnate the young girls. There's videos of pregnant girls locked up in cages, and that the massacre of innocence painting that Epstein was talking about with all the babies being killed. These babies, they impregnate the girls to have the babies to do that to them. So a lot of these kids, when they get rescued, they have no parents. They're not registered in birth certificates or anything like that. A lot of them, when they're rescued, have nowhere to go. So they get put in foster care and orphanages and that, where they end up straight back into the grooming gangs and pedophiles. And that's what I'm trying to do. They've all been coming after me all these years because I'm trying to build safe houses so that when we can go in and rescue them, the kids have got somewhere to go until we can find places for them to go to if they've been born for sacrifice. And if they have nowhere to go, then we will keep them and they will become mine. I'll adopt them. I always said that if we have no safe places to put them, or they don't have family to go to, I will take them. I will adopt them. They will become mine. No child will end up without a parent who comes to my safe house under my watch. And if I end up having to adopt 1,000 kids by the time I die, then I'll do it. At least then they'll have somewhere to belong. Our presidents and prime ministers are doing this, and yet for some reason they're still in a job. What's wrong with the world? And this is what people are starting to say on social media. What the hell's wrong with this world that these people are still presidents and prime ministers and chancellors of the EU and all of that? Well, we need to do something about it, people. We need to start taking to the streets in a way where we mean business. We need to impeach our presidents. We need to impeach our Prime Minister. We in the UK can impeach Keir Starmer and the MPs. We have the right to do it. We need to petition the King. I've already shown you how to do it. I prepared all the answers for you because I saw what was coming last year. I saw what was coming when Starmer got in. I saw what was coming when Trump got in. I've been preparing you all to let you know what was coming, and now everybody's seeing that what I saw was 100% accurate because God wasn't wrong. And this whole sacrificing of the royal family is exactly what America wanted. I said it from day one. They want to destroy the monarchy so they can take over Britain. It's everything I said. And yet Keir Starmer's still Prime Minister. Donald Trump's still President. Someone's waiting for someone to do something, and I'm telling everyone what you need to do to fix it. But nobody's doing anything because someone's waiting for someone to do something. Well, I've been doing something. I'm the one that's been doing something. And I'm up against presidents and prime ministers and police forces and militaries and secret service and that because I've been doing it on my own by myself since 2016 without help from anyone. I've done it myself. I have the answers right there. I put it all right there in front of you. How to fix all the shit that's going on in the world. I gave you the answers. I prepared you for what was coming. I've had to stand by myself. Where were the men that said they loved me and that they were with me, in this with me, until people talked in their ear? You know, this is another thing I just found out, that they've been paying influencers on social media, Instagram and X, between $400,000 and $600,000 to promote AI, which for my friend now it makes sense, because I was saying to him, why are you defending Elon Musk? He's a pedophile. He's a bad person. Why are you promoting Grok? It's doing this, it's doing that. And he kept doing it and he kept doing it. And I was thinking, why is he disregarding everything I'm saying and keeps promoting Grok and AI images and all of that? But now, and then of course I found out today he's getting paid for it. So it's like, he sold children out. He sold his soul. So now I have to walk away, because when you take money from Elon Musk to promote things like Grok, you're taking money from a man who's made money from digging tunnels for human trafficking so that bad men like him can do bad things to children. When you're promoting Grok, you're promoting pedophilia and the abuse of children and the AI images. Elon Musk is still promoting animated children and sexual, like leather and PVC, and like it's really disturbing stuff. And I've just, now my friend's behaviour makes sense. Why I was blocked, why my messages were getting deleted, like now it makes sense. And I can't support anyone who supports Elon Musk. And I told him that over and over and over again. You have to choose between Elon Musk and me. Well, what I said was, I'm not going to make you choose between Elon Musk and me. I'm just going to walk away. Because to me, there should that shouldn't even be a question. Support a pedophile and a pedophile network, or righteousness. Die with a clean, pure soul, or die with the sin of knowing that you've made money supporting pedophiles. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. Because these videos that have been put up on X of the boy that was drowned, of the kids, of the pregnant women chained in cages, and pregnant girls chained in cages, and little girls being abused and all of that, that's pretty much now what my friend is supporting by promoting all the grok stuff. And it breaks my heart that his soul had a price tag. Mine didn't. I never sold myself out once. I chose poverty, actually, to stand in the truth, to defend the children. Because it feels like, oh, I've been the only one since 2016 fighting to defend these children. Because nobody cared while it wasn't affecting them personally. While they weren't seeing what I knew was going on, it didn't bother them. But now they're starting to see what I've known all along. And they're getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And I'm telling you now, before long, streets are going to start burning. People are going to start taking to the streets. And it needs to be done. Because my mind boggles that these things have been up for a few days, a few weeks, the snippets, and they're getting worse and worse. And these people are still presidents and prime ministers. The good thing is AI is collapsing. Elon Musk has been dragged through the coals of the fires of hell. They're getting ready to take Trump down. They're getting ready to take Starmer down. He's clinging on for dear life. If only the king would just dissolve Parliament. But it's not my business anymore. I'm just watching it all burn to the ground, focusing on Switzerland. I was looking up today all the animals that they have in Switzerland, and it just made my heart so happy, other than the spiders and snakes. But they have wolves and bears and foxes and badgers, and I can't wait. Eagles, owls. They come over from like the borders of Germany and Italy and all that. So I'm going to be so happy. So you know, I've been saying for all these years, I want to go home to the wolves and, you know, like wolf conservation and bear conservation. And I was thinking today, because I really want to get back into learning photography. I was being taught how to do photography on my phone, using my phone. And Thomas and he said to me that, you know, when we get out of here, he was going to help me buy a really good camera, and he promised, you know, we were going to buy cameras together, and he was going to teach me how to use it, because I want to have, you know, my animal conservation program, and the photos I put up today of some of my food, for, you know, that you can buy to feed the carnivorous birds and stuff like that. I want to do a whole range so that you can leave offerings out. And I'm so happy because I won't have to let go of my bear and animal conservation programs. And in learning photography, I'll be able to take my photos and put them up in my gallery. And when we have our conservation, animal conservation awareness weeks and all that sort of thing, like, I'll be able to still continue to help the bears and the wolves, because I need to be with my wolves. Wolves are important to me. And I always thought, well, the wolves and bears I'm following since I was little it'll be, because going to America, because going to Canada. And then, okay, well, Russia. And then I thought, when I chose Switzerland, I'm going to have to let go of my conservation thingy for the wolves and bears. And then I looked it up and I was so happy. I swear Switzerland's got everything I want. So, welcome to my world, people. You're now seeing what I've had to live with for nearly 10 years. You're now seeing what I've had to keep in my heart for 10 years. And when that hospital told me to give up on my dream of ever thinking I could save children, I hope he's choking on his dinner. Shame on him. I hope he is hanging his head in shame. I hope his ancestors are disgusted with him. That he would tell me to give up wanting to rescue the children like the ones in these videos that are up on X right now. Shame on every single one of you that told me to not rescue children. How dare you? What kind of evil, sick, twisted, heartless, immoral, unethical animal, well, not even animal, animals would never do that. Monsters would ever tell someone to not rescue children. What, just because they don't care? Just because they don't care about what happens to kids means we all have to not care about what happens to kids. Well, I'm sorry, but I was born with a heart, and I'm the daughter of God. And God wants the pure and innocent protected. He's building a brand new world where they're not going to have to live with that kind of evil, because the next lot of people that are in power wouldn't tolerate that sort of behaviour. So what kind of heartless, conscienceless person actively goes out of their way to stop a woman trying to save children like the ones in that video? And the cops and doctors and lawyers and judges and art directors and parents and politicians and in the military and secret service and all that, a lot of them have got kids themselves. Don't save the children. Don't save the children, Debbie. Don't save the children. Well, now they're seeing why I fought every single one of them to stand in my truth. Now they're seeing why I didn't back down. Now they're seeing why I didn't sell my soul. Now they're seeing why I refused the offer to sin and get drawn into drinking and smoking and eating myself to death, and why I cleaned my act up, why I purified myself, why I became a better person, why I fought internal wars and external wars. Now they're seeing why, and I hope every single one of them is hanging their head in shame, especially if they've got children and grandchildren, and they need to get down on their goddamn knees and pray to God and thank Him that it's not their children and grandchildren that are being watched on those videos by the rest of the world. because one day it will be. If you keep people like Keir Starmer and Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Palantir and that in power, one day it will be your children and grandchildren. And who's the one trying to save them all? Me. And who was the one that never got support from it? Me. Don't save the children. He literally said, give up on your dream of thinking you can save children. That's literally what he said. The man who made me sit there and explain to him who I thought God was, and I told him to stick it up his ass. Like, who asked someone who, like, it's, you can't ask those sort of questions, it's against the law. He made me sit there and try and explain to him why I was defending God and who God was to me. And I refused to do it. I don't answer to anybody but God. And now, all the anger and pain and suffering that you're going through, witnessing everything you're watching on those videos, that's been me for 10 years. But I did it with grace and dignity, just keeping my head down and pushing through and smashing down all the hurdles and walls that everybody who didn't want me helping children put up for me, including people who told me they loved me, people who put rings on my finger, people who put babies in my belly, people who helped raise me, people who wanted to marry me. I'd rather be on my own. If you don't have the balls to do the right thing and stand by the woman you love, then you're not a man, and I don't want you. Because to worship me in silence is to turn your back on what's happening to those children. And I don't ever want to have anyone in my life that thinks it's morally and ethically okay to turn their back on the children. I don't choose money over children. I choose integrity over money. Which is why I'm sitting with holes in my clothes and I've never turned my boiler on. And I'm saving up to buy a Hoover. I could have taken money from the government to get a washing machine and a Hoover, but I choose to save the money and do it myself because I want to be independent and do things standing on my own 2 feet. Because everyone who turned their back on me taught me that the only person I was ever going to be able to rely on to get me across the finish line is me. So standing on my own 2 feet to do it myself without help from anyone. And I know that I'm on government assistance right now, but I will be paying every single penny back. I don't do debt, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm racking up debt and I don't do debt. So I'm paying it all back. And my way of giving thanks to the taxpayer is by taking Starmer down. The truth has come out that the police have been helping, the police and FBI have been gaslighting people like me and deleting evidence, which means all that stuff that I sent them with the the cocaine weed, the weed with the stuff in it, the night he put the cocaine in my pizza, they would have gotten rid of the evidence. But luckily for them, we kept a sample. It was actually my boy Gabriel that said he kept a wee sample, and I've got the sample. So I've still got some to be tested to prove that they put the opioids in that weed. I've also got proof that I was poisoned. I've got the evidence. I kept evidence. And I'll get it lab tested. But it's now come out that I was right about everything, and that the police and the FBI have been intimidating witnesses, deleting evidence, getting rid of evidence, and gaslighting victims in order to protect the paedophile presidents and prime ministers. It's in emails. It's like right there in front of their face. So I was right about everything. I've been right about everything. So now people are seeing what I've been saying all along. It's just me now. But at least I can trust me. But I just, watching the video of that little boy drowning and it looks like Maddie was given to Jeffrey Epstein by the father. Like, it's all coming out. And because I said that they removed her teeth and jaw when I looked into her case, and talking about the dentist chair, remember? I did a whole thing about it on X. So it looks like I was right there as well. And I've had to live with this. I've had no one to talk to about any of it. I've had nobody to talk to about what I know, about what I've had to go through, about what I've seen, because nobody believed me, or everyone had reasons to try and stop me and shut me up. My mind is boggling that you could tell me you loved me and then turn your back on me to protect the pedophiles and groomers and sexual predators, to take money from them, to take gifts and favours from them, promotions, whatever you got from them. Everybody has a price, I guess, except me. I couldn't be bought. I couldn't be bribed to be shut up. I couldn't be blackmailed. I chose to put up with the indignity and humiliation and degradation that they all put me through, because I refused to sell my soul. I refused to sell out, because if I do that, then I'm letting the children down. And they're the whole reason why I went through this in the first place. So when I get to build my foundation and we start rescuing those kids, everybody in the world's going to know what I did to get to that point. And I'll be able to say I did it on my own, without a man by my side, without support from anyone. I built it with my own two hands, because nobody else believed in me except God. So now when you watch those videos, when you see the photos, I want you to say to yourself, that's why Debbie went through it. And then the rest of you will have to live with what you did to me, knowing that you did it to stop me from rescuing the kids like the ones in those videos, that is now conjuring so much rage and anger on this planet that people are going to start tearing shit down. And it's about time. So it hurts. I hurt for those children, because if I hadn't have had to be dealing with all these effing flip-flap-flopping assholes without a conscience or moral bone in their body, some of those children, or a lot of those children, or God willing, all of those children would have been saved. I could have saved them. They could have been in safe houses. They could have been taken back to their families. They could have been repatriated. They could have been sent home. They could have been rescued and put in my safe houses. These kids that you're watching in the videos, just remember, they died, they suffered, because people like my ex-husbands and my students and those doctors that got me locked up and the cops that didn't investigate and the judge that said I was nuts didn't want me rescuing them. So they have their blood on their hands. Every child that you see suffering in those videos and photos are going through that because the people who put me through what they put me through didn't want me rescuing those children. So they have the blood of those children on their hands. All the screams, all the fear, all the begging and pleading, all the crying, all the suffering, all the bloodshed, all the death. All the babies massacred in that painting of Epstein's are all dead and suffering and bleeding and traumatised because the people who put me through hell didn't want me rescuing them. So they have all their blood on their hands. May the suffering of the souls of all those innocent babies and animals, all those children, all those innocent people now be transferred onto the souls of every single person that tried to stop me from rescuing them. So I said to you in my live the other day, my heart is aching because all I keep thinking is, how many children could I have saved if I hadn't have had to deal with all the shit that I was put through because of my ex-husbands who wanted to have sex with pedophiles and groomers, and all the students that were going to make money pretending to be me, and all the doctors that thought that they knew better than me and God and Indigenes and physics. Well, now it's all coming back on you. May the suffering of all the souls that have been put through their torment because I haven't been able to get to them through having to deal with all you, now be transferred onto you. Every single one of you has the blood of the pure and innocent on your hands because you sold yourself out for $1, for a bit of fame, for a bit of power, for a bit of popularity, to feed your ego. May all your consciences be removed, not cleared. And may the souls of the suffering that I haven't been able to save haunt you and your ancestors for life. And may God and Satan team up to come after every single one of you. I hope you all burn in hell.